Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Jason, and this right here, this is what I like to call succulent bonsai. And it's pretty awesome. It's pretty easy. If you've ever attempted bonsai before and maybe had a really hard time, with the soil drying out because, it's not a lot of soil and with the larger plants, or maybe you had too much sun or too little sun. Bonsai is an art form and it's lovely. It can be challenging though. So if you want something really simple and not challenging, succulent bonsai might be for you. I've only done this with Aeonium, the variety known as pinwheel. So it's Aeonium pinwheel, and that is a tough as nails succulent. And that's one of the reasons I used it for this. And another reason is it puts out these really awesome aerial roots all over it. And so what's really cool about that is it gives it this jungle effect, or this really, really neat effect of these roots coming out. And I was like, that'll make this look larger than life, because it's, it has all these aerial roots, make them look like little branches going down into the ground, like you would see on a, ficus in the jungle or rainforest. So yeah, that's what I did. I put a little figurine in there and a rock. What I did was this plant, it was growing upwards, and then I just pushed it over, and then I pushed these roots into the soil so that I could start this jungle effect, and then the roots just grow into the soil. And even after that, it continues to put out more aerial roots because that's just what this does. So essentially all you need is your succulent. If you've never done this, I would maybe start it with Aeonium pinwheel, or another Aeonium that's similar with a lot of aerial roots. That should work just fine. And then you want like a ceramic container, some potting medium. I like to use succulent soil or cactus soil. And I like to use a little bit of regular potting soil with it because I want it to retain a little, moisture, but I do still want that drainage from the succulent soil. So I would do like 2/3 succulent soil to 1/3 regular potting soil, or 1/4 regular potting soil to 3/4 succulent soil. Really easy. And then as far as feeding this, you just want to feed it spring through summer with a succulent fertilizer. I like to use this organic one made by Espoma, but any succulent fertilizer will do. Just don't give it too much, and just do it spring to summer. You don't really need to fertilize this in the fall or winter. And then, you want to repot this every couple years, maybe every even 2 or maybe even 3 years. Not nearly as often as you would need to repot a real bonsai, which requires more frequent repotting because you have to keep the roots pruned for, what would be a tree. But this is a succulent, so what's nice about it is it doesn't dry out on you. It's succulent, so it retains the moisture, it puts these really cool aerial roots out, and then it doesn't dry up on you, so it stays alive. As far as lighting, I would not recommend placing this in full sun, just because that's a lot of sun, and plants, when they get a lot of sun, they use the water to photosynthesize and combat the heat of the sun. They also do different things to combat the heat of the sun with the leaves. But just to be safe so that you don't get leaf burn, I would place this in part sun to part shade. And you can even place this in sun, give it a good amount of light. If you live really inland and you get that really intense summer heat, I wouldn't place it in full sun because that might be too much for it. But you can give it a lot of sun and it'll be fine. I also like to, you can't really see it, but there's a drainage hole in the bottom. I like to place a little piece of burlap on the bottom just to catch the soil. So if you place this on your patio as like a centerpiece or something to look at on a table, you don't have the soil coming out of the drainage hole in the bottom. But I have this on an outdoor patio table, and I love it. I think it's really cool, and it's so easy to take care of. All you need is your soil, your ceramic container of choice, your fun succulent with aerial roots, and that gives it the larger than life appeal, and your fertilizer, and that's about it. You can use whatever figurines you want, or rocks or stones. You can use your favorite ones. This is just a really cool way of making something look bonsai-like and succeeding with it quite easily. So if there's any questions that you have that maybe I didn't cover in this video, or anything you think of, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. And once again, this is the variety of Aeonium known as the pinwheel variety, and that's a very tough succulent if you're looking for one to start with. And and my name's Jason. Catch you next time.